Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Satisfactory. This is season 1 on the full release. This is episode 3, and in our last episode, we established a little bit of a starting base here just to get us going. Something I did do off camera was I went and I emptied the personal miners that we put on the iron and the copper, and I turned all that into ingots. I also created 3 personal miners and put them down on the limestone that was collecting while I did all the iron and copper, and then I went back, picked up the limestone and brought it back and turned it into concrete. I did all that just so we would have some basic resources so we can keep on moving in this episode. I'm sure I'm going to need more of all of it, but that's all I've done so far. I haven't done anything else. We finished our hub upgrade number 4 at the end of last episode. I haven't really looked at this number 5 yet, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. And I could make all this stuff pretty easily and get some more buildings. I didn't really look at some of this stuff. Oh, I got more inventory slots. We got our conveyor belts and pole. Limestone, so I can do a search for limestone. Make a couple more items. We can do a power pole. We can do a constructor. This is the first basic building block that we're going to work with. I guess a smelter would be first, then a constructor. Smelter turns the stuff into ingots, where the constructor actually builds the items. We can get some power to them, and then of course some more items. We did build an equipment workshop, and okay, so we're on to 5. Okay, so let's go grab the resources for this. I'm going to select it. And I don't have everything I need. Alright. 75 rods, 50 cable, and 20 cement. Do I have the cement? Alright. Need 50 rods. I thought I grabbed... I did this backwards. Okay, let's make 75 of these. There's 75 plus a few. Need some cable. Cable takes wire. Wire I have none of. Let's get a bunch of these. Since I got so much, I'm going to make... I'll make about 50 cable. I'm going to add some wire just to have some here. Oh, I'm so excited for this season. I can't tell you guys how long I was wanting to start this up and just wasn't ready for the longest time, but now that I am so excited. Alright, that's 60 wire. Don't need it for this, but we will need it. Alright, let's throw this stuff in there. I got plenty of everything. We'll send it. 5 is done.
Hub Upgrade 5, Power Expansion, completed. The miner, unlike portable miners, can be connected to conveyor belts and requires power to function. Caution: as you expand, the energy demand of your production may exceed the capacity of your power grid. The onboarding program was established because Fix-It pioneers often experience memory issues after planetfall. If you are experiencing nosebleeds, nausea, existentialism, or an itchy scalp, there is no need for concern. This should pass within 5 to 7 workdays. Next objective: complete Hub Upgrade 6.
Okay, now, just so you guys know, I am getting several things in here that I'm able to build. We'll get into these. I just want to get some of these upgrades and stuff done and out of the way, so when we do start, we got plenty of things to do. Let's see what we need for 6. I can make all that stuff, so let's do it. 100 pipe, 100 plates, 100 wire, and 50 cement. Let me just grab all that. Alright, let me make that. We needed 100 plates, 100 rods, 100 wire, and 50 concrete. We already have the concrete, so let me make these others real quick. Okay, there's 100 plates. Let's get the rods going. There's 100 rods, wire. And actually, we're almost there on the wire as well. Okay, I have everything I need. Let's come over here, throw it in. Got it all. Send it.
Hub upgrade 6. Landing platform hydraulics completed. Freighter landing initialized. Congratulations, you have completed onboarding and achieved the absolute minimum skill level required of a Fix-It pioneer. Fix-It looks forward to your future achievements, because a future with Fix-It is a future with you. Tier 1 and 2 milestones are now available in the hub, and biomass burners can now be built individually. Your first official objective is to initiate project assembly by building the space elevator. This objective will take a significant amount of resources, so Fix-It recommends getting to work.
Okay. I think all of that was part of the tutorial that I was gonna skip, decided not to. I think this is where I would come in and be able to just start. I'd be able to build this hub, and this is where we would start from. So everything in tier 0 is done. I'm able to make biomass, which is good. And a biomass burner. So that's going to be our power and our resource for our power. She wants us to make the space elevator, which is not part of the milestones. It is right here. And yep, it does need quite a few resources. So here's what we're going to do. We can do our smelters, our miners, and our constructors. So we're going to set up basic factories. I do got logistics, okay. And power pools. Okay, so we're going to set up basic factories on the limestone so we can automate concrete. We're going to put it on the iron so we can automate the pipes and the plates, and then we're also going to put one on copper so we can automate the wire. And I don't think I could actually build base pieces, foundations and stuff yet, so we're going to put everything on the ground for now. That obviously will get redone. So which one to start with? So we're going to need power no matter where we start from. So we're going to need a little bit of copper, a little bit of iron, some copper. Let's see where we are in these resources. Maybe hit sort here. I'm going to throw all this to there. So we got plenty of copper, plenty of iron. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run out here and collect whatever ore I got on the iron and whatever ore I got on the copper and whatever stone I got on the limestone. And I'm going to convert all this into ingots. And hopefully that'll give us enough stuff to start automating these factories. And look, there's another present. She does say funny things every time I pick these up.
I'm sure this is useful to someone, somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, let's take all of these. And we'll go collect our stone. And I'm not going to make you guys hang out and watch me do this, but I'm going to go collect the stone and I'm going to turn it all into either ingots or the concrete, and that way we have resources to start building things. So I will see you guys in just a second. Okay guys, I am back. I ran a lot more than I thought I would. I had to get a couple loads of iron ore and a couple loads of some concrete. I did some very rough calculations on what I would need, and I'm not positive if it's enough because I just did it really quick in my head, but I wanted to make sure I got enough resources that we can go out there and build these factories, temporary factories, I guess I should say. But I wanted to make sure I had enough to be able to just build them real quick and throw them down. So made me a bunch of supplies off of that. That's all I really did off camera. Another thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab and make some biomass. So the way this works, leaves, wood, and biomass can all go into the biomass generators, the biomass burners. Now, the leaves would give you the least efficient amount of power. It'll burn through the leaves pretty quick and gives you the least amount of power overall. Wood would be second. Biomass would be the best. So what I'm going to do is turn everything into biomass so it'll give us the best possible efficiency for our power. I'm not sure how much I actually have here and how long it'll last. I can't remember. They may have even made changes to it since I last played, but we're going to go ahead and kick out as much as we can here. And this actually goes pretty quick in here, especially when you're taking 10 leaves each, and I can't remember what the wood was, but it goes pretty quick. And you can see the numbers dropping pretty quickly here. I want to get a bunch of this. I can't remember how much I could stick in there. I think just maybe 200, so I might be going way overkill here, but that's okay. At least I'll have it made and ready. Alright, just about out of leaves. Going to wood. So we're just about done here, and we're going to go set up our first factories. Let me get rid of any extra leaves and any extra wood I have. No point in holding on to that. Alright, first one I'm going to do is going to be up here on the iron. I'm actually going to build two of them on the iron. One that's going to make plates and one that's going to make the pipes. That way we have sufficient number of those two items. And then I'll move on to the copper.
Just get back to work.
I forgot I'm going to have to pick up even more of this stuff. So let me grab this, pick it up. Grab and pick that up. Alright, so I got all those picked up. Now, so the first thing we need to do is put down a miner so we can pull the ore up automatically. So I'm going to come into my build menu here. We're going to go to production, and we're going to go to our miner. We only got the first one. And which way do I want to face these? Probably a little bit more diagonal towards our base there. I'm going to build them both at the same time. Alright, because I'm going to have several other factories out here, the one on this side is going to use some of this space. The one on the other side is going to be using some of this space. So what we need to do is we got to power this thing. So we are going to come to power. We're going to build one of these guys, and we're going to put them down here. We come in here to our power lines and click on this building and click on this building, and there we go. We are connected. Now I don't want to turn this on just yet because we need more stuff going on here, or this thing's just not going to work right. So coming out of the miner, it needs to go, since it's iron ore, we need to put it through a smelter so we can turn it into iron ingots. So I'm going to grab production. We're going to grab a smelter. And notice the arrows on this thing, because that's going to be very important. And actually, before I do that, let me look here. So I don't have splitters yet. All right. So we're only going to be able to do one for right now, but that's okay. I'm going to put one right here. And I'm actually going to build one next to it, because we will eventually have that. We just won't do anything with that one for right now. I'm going to hit my number 2 key so I can get to the power line. I'm going to... Oh, yeah. Can't do it that way. F. We'll take that power line out. I need... Because I can only make one connection here at the burner and one connection here, but I need multiple connections. So what we'll need to do is grab a power pole. And we'll go back to our power line. Connect this to the power pole. It allows up to 4 connections. That's 1. Second one's going to go over to this guy. A third one's going to come to this guy. So there's three lines there. But we need to get our ore to our smelter. So if we go into our build menu here and we come to logistics, there's a conveyor belt. That's how we get it down there. It's already in my number 3 slot down here. So we connect to the out. The green arrows here are pointing out to the in of the smelter. It automatically will build a belt between the two. So now when this gets ore, it's going to come down here into the smelter. Now, the smelter has to be set up. Right now, this is the only 2 things that this smelter can do. Since we got iron ore coming in, I need to select iron ingots. On here, it's going to take 30 iron ore per minute to make 30 iron ingots per minute. So pretty much a 1-to-1 here. This, because of it's on a impure node, and at this point I don't have any extra power-ups or upgrades to put into this thing, it's going to kick out 30 per minute. So this will be very efficient. 30 out, 30 in, and then 30 out. Now, what are we going to do with the iron ingots coming out of here? Well, we are going to grab a constructor here. And we're going to place him like that. Let's make sure our belt comes to the out port of there, to the in port of the constructor. So now our ore is going to come down here. Get rid of that. It's going to come down the belt into the smelter. The smelter is going to turn it into ingots, and it's going to kick out 30 ingots per minute into the constructor. If we come into the constructor, we're going to make this one do plates. It's going to have 30 iron ingots coming in and 20 going out. 20 iron plates going out. So we're making 20 iron plates per minute off of this setup. Not fast, but it's automated. But where are we going to go from here? Well, we need to come into here. We're going to grab this container and try to line this up so our belt will make it. I like the line there. So we got 20 coming out, and it's going to come into this storage container and start filling this up. Now, one last thing I got to do is I got to power our constructor. See the light? It's red. So my 4th connection off of that one power pole, it's going to come into here. So now we got everything set up. We just need to turn the power on so this whole factory will start. And for right now, I'm just going to get rid of this guy. I'll come back to it. He's just in the way. Oh, we can actually hook this up to a container. Oh, nice. Okay. So in here, it's only going to allow 1, one stack up here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we'll just do one for now. So now that I put it in there, power kicked up. Here's what these numbers down here are showing us. Right now I'm consuming 5.2 megawatts of power. If everything that was connected to this guy was running, it would be at 13 megawatts. Currently, it's producing 5.2 because that's all it needs. So we're only using up 5.2 to make this 5.2. When this there it just jumped up to 9.1, so now we're doing 9.1. And that's because everything just made it down into the smelter. So this kicked on. Now that this is kicking out stuff down to here, we should be up to 13, which we are. We got 13 being produced for 13 needed. And for a whole setup, it's a max of 13. So everything on this factory is running. This particular, biomass generator can create up to 30. It gets over 30, it shuts down. So the fact that it's only needing 13, we're going to be good. And honestly, I can run two of these setups off of one of these, because if only one takes 13, the other one's going to make it take 26. So that's what we're going to do. However, this pole is maxed out, so I'm just going to do a quick fix of that. We're going to put a second pole here, and I'm going to cut our power for a second, and we're going to connect it to this guy, and he's going to come over to here, and then I'm going to take a second pole to right there, and now I'm going to duplicate everything I put over here. So there we go. 2 factories set up. This one has got iron plates coming in, and then they're building up here. Not fast, but not slow. This one's got the pipes coming down and building up in here. So there's our two factories for that. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put down another storage container here. I'm going to turn it around. And I'm going to throw some extra biomass in here. And we're going to connect it with a belt. I believe this is new as of the full release. This didn't used to have a input on this. So now it's building this back up as it's burning through some. So that'll help keep everything running. So that's our iron setup. Let's go do our copper super quick. So there we go. Copper ore's coming down. It'll turn into ingots there. It'll turn into copper wire there and into there. So let's check efficiency here. Guess we'll start at the beginning. This is a normal node. So it is producing 60 ore per minute, which means that this guy, who's only able to take 30, is only taking half of it. So we could hook up 2 of these to the one miner, except we don't have the splitter yet. So we're going to have to leave it as is. It's just not going to be very efficient. So it's creating ingots there, creating wire there, storing it in there. Alright, one last thing before I end the video is we are going to go set up our 4th factory on the limestone. There we go. Make sure he gets moving here. Alright, there's some limestone coming out of the miner. There, concrete is being made. And concrete's moving to our container. Alright, all 4 factories are set up. There's quite a bit more resources that we're going to need to move forward, but at least we got the basic ones coming in, so we don't have to go manually collect ore create. We'll just have to do some of these others, such as like screws, reinforced plates, cable. That's all we can really make at this time. We did not look to see what our mission actually is here. We do have one mission. I don't know where the mission is, but we got to set up a space elevator. And right now, those are the 4 resources we are collecting. So that'll be next episode. We'll start with the space elevator first, and then we'll move into our missions here at the hub. All right, let's call that here. And thanks for watching. If you guys can, please like and subscribe. That tells me that somebody's watching, somebody is wanting or needing the info, or just enjoying the series itself. So please let me know. Thank you all, and I'll see you in the next episode.